Hello, viewer. Once again, you're welcome to our YouTube channel. We are the Austins, and today we have a special topic for you. We're going to be discussing privacy in relationships. Relationships, be it marriage, be it courtship, be it dating. Are couples actually supposed to have privacy in relationships? Today, that's what we're here to talk about and to find out if these things are actually proper or to be put in place when it comes to relationship. Are you supposed to have any sort of privacy from your partner? And I like Mr. Austin, my hobby, to talk on that because it's been trending lately. Privacy, privacy, privacy. You hear wives saying, "You're not giving me my privacy." Some men will tell you, "Oh, I need a little bit of privacy." I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, actually, talking about privacy in relationship or privacy in marriage, I think there are two angles to it. Number one, you talk about somebody needing space. Like the man says, I need a little bit of privacy, or the wife says, I need a little bit of privacy. It doesn't mean you're keeping secrets from your spouse or from your partner. It simply means that you just need some time alone to think over some things, Yes, it's actually a very normal thing. Sometimes you just want to be alone, just to meditate, maybe to think, to plan. That's the kind of privacy that we're talking about here, or the kind of privacy that should be allowed in marriage or in a relationship. Now, not the privacy of you keeping things away from your partner, passwording your phone, everything. Your partner does not have your access to your social media accounts. Your partner does not know the pattern you use. Some phones, you look at some phones, the owner has used the pattern to password it, fingerprints, and even their eyes. To lock the phone so that their partner cannot have access to it. And when you when you ask them why, they will tell you they have a right to their privacy. No, you don't have a right to that kind of privacy. If we are married, you are my wife, I am your husband, are we supposed to be keeping secrets from each other? Are we supposed to have privacy? Are we supposed to keep secrets? It's very wrong. If you cannot have access to my phone and I cannot have access to your phone, then something is wrong. Before you say anything, they will tell you it's my private property, it's my personal property, and I'm, privacy. But when it comes to Zaoza room, you can have access to each other's private parts. You have access to all sorts of things. There's no password. There's no security code or security lock. But when it comes to phone, that's when you now know that you have right to privacy. Something is very wrong.
Okay, let's not just limit it to just phone alone, because I know this phone thing is a sensitive aspect in relationship where most people will tell you want this relationship to work, you want this relationship to last, stay away from my phone.
Okay.
I wouldn't want you to touch my phone. You hear women say the same thing to their partners as well. So let the phone thing be on the side. Now, we're talking about you as a man, for instance, you're working, because privacy is more than just having access to your partner's phone. You're working, you have a job, and you're earning quite a huge sum of amount at the end of the month. And are you supposed to actually let your partner or your wife know exactly how much you're being paid as a husband? Because talking about privacy as well, this is also another aspect of privacy where you get to see some men will tell you never let your partner know how much you're earning, never let your partner know how much is in your bank account. You understand? So this is a topic, it's a part I also want you to talk on. As a man, do you think it's proper, it's wise for you to let your partner into your financial business?
Yes, I think it has to do with trust issues. When you see people behaving like that, they have trust issues, and it also depends on the kind of partner you have. There are some women that if they know you have 100,000 in your account, they will do everything possible to make sure 95,000 leaves your account. So when you see some men keeping things like that secret, it's not like they don't want to carry their wives or their partners along. It's just because they don't trust their partner. You understand? Now, there's a kind of a wife you will marry. In fact, he or she will be the one to even tell you how much you have in your account. She'll be your account manager. In fact, your wife is supposed to be your account manager. In a normal setting, your wife should be your account manager. But when your wife is not prudent with resources, with finances,
Yeah.
when your wife is a wasteful type, you will try to protect your money, your resources from such a wife. And that is when you see men keeping secrets, hiding their salary from their wives. But for the men that who want to hide how much they are earning from their wives, so they can squander it on all irrelevant things and all that, well, I will say you are not trying.
Okay.
You are not trying.
Okay.
Let your wife know how much you are earning.
Okay.
At least give her that benefit of doubt. At first, trust her. But if you now realize that she's abusing that privilege,
Yeah.
okay, or she's putting you under unnecessary pressure,
Okay.
if you notice that she's not financially responsible,
Okay.
then you might decide to withdraw a little bit from her.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So
So in other words, your partner should have access to your ATM card, your PIN, you know.
you have
your
access to my ATM card, you know my
Yeah.
PIN.
Okay, that's
Okay,
lovely.
I have access to ATM card. I know your PIN. Even though most of the times you hide it from me, but the fact is, I know your password. I know
Okay.
everything. So that's how it's supposed to
yeah,
be.
that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, another part of privacy in relationship is this has to do with the in-laws now. Okay, you as a woman, you know, let's say you're working or you're doing business and you have money in your account. Is it advisable for you to get your partner to know that you need to send some money home? Maybe send money to your dad or send money to your mom, or you just go behind like it doesn't matter. He doesn't need to know because it's still also part of this privacy thing we're talking about. You see
Yeah.
some men sending money to their fathers, to their mothers, to their sisters, their siblings, you know, without telling their wives. Why do you think that is? And should that be encouraged in relationships?
Well, there's something called accountability
Okay.
in every relationship. When you're married, you are accountable to your partner, to your spouse.
Okay.
Your time, your resources, you have to give account, you know, to your partner. If you're going to a point, your partner should know that this is where you are. If you are going to a church or wherever you are, let your partner know where you are. Same thing with your resources. If you have ₦1,000,000 in your account, let him know. If you bring out ₦1,000 to do anything, carry him or her along. Now, as a woman, for you to send money to your parents or siblings without telling your husband, I don't think it's proper.
Okay.
Let him know that you are giving a certain amount of money to this person, and the purpose for which you're giving the money has to be clearly stated.
Okay.
Same thing with a man.
Okay.
You don't go behind your wife to start sending money to your parents and all that. In fact, the best thing you should even do is, if you want to give money to your parents, let it be your wife that will send money to your parents or your siblings. Then if your wife also wants to send money to her people, you should be the one to send the money to your wife's people.
Exactly.
By so doing, you maintain a balance. You know, so if you can strike that balance, I don't think you're going to have any issues.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to this aspect.
Yeah.
But there are some men also that would never allow their wives to send money home, and they themselves will not even send money home. Their wife will come to them, my dad is sick, my mom is sick, so I don't have money and all that. So I think it's in such cases you see the wives go behind them to send the money, because they know that if their husband is aware of their intention, he will never give them go ahead.
Yeah.
So they go behind to do that. But if you have a healthy relationship, you have a healthy marriage, I don't think all those things are necessary.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's nice. Okay, so in conclusion, we'd like to say this and leave this behind with you. Okay, when it comes to relationship, the key thing everybody should try to build or inculcate into their relationship is transparency, not privacy. And if I thought privacy has to be there, I don't think it has to do with any of these things we've mentioned. I feel it has to do with giving your partner some space, maybe to meditate,
Exactly.
to pray, to think, like my hubby said, you know, because men, they think a lot, they're deep thinkers, you know, so most times they need that space to stay away from wives and kids, you know, and the noise, you know, to plan and build for the future. Those are and the same thing with the women. There are times the wives might need to just take her, you know, her time off and just sit by herself and ponder over how fair life has been to her, or how far she's come, you know, just that little space. And afterwards, they come back together as a couple and do things together. So that those are just the few private moments you should have away from your partner. But aside from that, there's nothing like privacy in relationship. It should not be encouraged. Transparency is key. Be open. Openness in relationship is more important than anything else. Okay, so having said that, we'd like to end today's segment by saying subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Share our videos. We love you. We appreciate you. And
and we are so happy to see you, doing well in your relationship, because we know that every word of advice you receive from us, when you implement it, it will definitely work for you.
Yeah.
So just keep watching. After subscribing, you share. Keep watching, and keep watching. I will guarantee you that in a few months from now, you're going to have a very wonderful relationship that will be the envy of everyone around you.
Thank
you very much
we
for
love
being
you.
a part.
Have a lovely day.
Have a
Bye.
wonderful day.